On July 13, 2025, news broke across Africa. The former president of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, had died. But not in Abuja, not in Lagos, not even in Dora, the town of his birth. He ruled Africa's most populous nation for 8 years. He promised change. He vowed to fix the system. But in the end, Muhammadu Buhari, the president of Nigeria, died not in the country he led, but in a private hospital in London. A bitter symbol of everything broken in Africa's ruling class. How can a man rule over 200 million people, yet still not trust a single hospital in his own land to save his life? How many more leaders will die in Europe while our people perish at home? How did we get here? How did a man who once promised to fight corruption, who rose to power on the back of reform, end his journey in the same shameful way too many African leaders do? Before we dive in, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell so you never miss a truth they won't tell you on the mainstream news. Muhammadu Buhari died at 82 in a foreign hospital, far from the land he once ruled. His death, though sad, was not shocking. But where he died, once again exposed the deep rot in African leadership. For years, Buhari had received medical treatment. In London, not once, not twice, but over 200 days of his presidency were spent abroad, on what his aides called routine medical checkups. Meanwhile, the hospitals in Nigeria bled out. Doctors on strike, equipment broken, patients dying on stretchers. Millions of ordinary Nigerians suffering from diseases that a functioning health system could have treated if only their president had invested at home. In life and in death, Buhari became a symbol, not just of one man's choices, but of a continent-wide crisis, where presidents run away to heal and citizens stay behind to die. To understand the tragedy, we must remember the promise. Buhari first came to power in 1983 as a military ruler. He was fierce, disciplined. He led what he called a war against indiscipline. For many Nigerians, he was tough, maybe too tough, but he had a reputation. He wasn't corrupt. In 2015, he returned, this time as a civilian president. Millions believed he was the one to clean up the mess, to fix the hospitals, to defeat Boko Haram, to fight the rot. He had the image of a no-nonsense leader, and he used it to win. But by 2023, the cracks were visible. Nigeria's insecurity worsened. Corruption scandals still plagued ministries, and the health system left behind. Buhari did not build a world-class hospital in Nigeria. He didn't even try, but he built a pathway to London, one flight at a time, paid for by the Nigerian people. Buhari is not alone. His death in London is part of a sickening tradition, one that spans across Africa. Robert Mugabe of Zimbabwe died in a hospital in Singapore, not Harare. Ali Bongo of Gabon spent months in Morocco and Saudi Arabia. During illness, Paul Biya of Cameroon, he doesn't even fall sick in public. He simply vanishes to Geneva for months. Why do African presidents never trust the hospitals they govern? Because they know the truth. They're not good enough. And they've done nothing to change that. Instead of building functional health systems, they build private clinics for their families and run to Europe or Asia when their hearts skip a beat. Meanwhile, the people die in silence. Pregnant women bleed out from preventable complications. Children with malaria wait hours just for a nurse to arrive. Ambulances with no fuel. Generators powering surgeries in 2025. This is not a medical issue. This is a moral failure, a betrayal of the African people. But in the heart of West Africa, there's a different story, a different kind of leader. His name is Captain Ibrahim Traoré, president of Burkina Faso. At just 36, Traoré is not flying to Europe. He's doing the opposite, building what others refuse to build. In 2024, under his leadership, Burkina Faso inaugurated one of the most advanced military and civilian hospitals in West Africa. A facility equipped with solar-powered ICU units, modern surgical theaters, telemedicine links with African and Cuban doctors, and, most importantly, free care for wounded soldiers and the poorest citizens. Traoré declared publicly, "If the people must be treated here, then the president must also be treated here." He wasn't building hospitals for show. He was building them for survival. Because in Burkina Faso, where the battle against terrorism is daily, health is security. And more importantly, he's setting a standard. African presidents must sleep, eat, and heal among their people, not above them. If you believe Traoré is setting the right example for Africa's future, like and drop a comment in the comments section below and share this story. The truth is simple, but painful. Africa's health systems are failing, not because we lack money, but because we lack honest leaders with priorities. Billions are spent yearly on foreign trips, luxury convoys, and useless ministries, while local hospitals don't even have gloves. When presidents choose to be treated abroad, they send a message, "I don't trust what I built for you." But we, the people, must now raise our voices. Why isn't every African capital city home to a world-class teaching hospital? Why are doctors trained in Africa, only to flee to Canada or France? Why does a child in Kampala or Kano have to die because his parents can't bribe a nurse? It is time for a medical revolution, and it must begin with leadership. Buhari is gone. His legacy will be debated. But one truth stands tall. He failed to build the kind of health system that could have saved his life in Nigeria. Let his death in London not be in vain. Let it serve as a wake-up call that African independence is nothing without medical sovereignty. The next generation of leaders, from Traoré in Burkina Faso to the youth rising across Africa, must know this. Hospitals are not luxury. They are survival. They are dignity. And if our presidents cannot build hospitals to heal themselves and their people, then maybe they don't deserve to lead. This is where we challenge hypocrisy and demand better for Africa. If this message moved you, share it, talk about it, and most importantly, hold your leaders accountable. In order to help grow this community, like this video, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Leave your thoughts in the comments. And remember, Africa deserves leaders who heal at home, not die abroad.
Large icon, at least my condolence to them. So Buhari has played his own part. No one is a saint, you understand? We are missing Buhari now when the president is in place. So I can still tell you for the truth, we are still missing Buhari.
Unfulfilled objectives and a missed opportunity to transform this country. And I say that for one main reason only, partly part of it you've alluded to, the fact that he was the first opposition candidate to win the presidency in Nigeria. You know, I remember 2015, May 29th, when he was sworn in. It was a time of immense hope, goodwill. He